In a world with an overkill of sports podcasts, two men are brave enough to make one more. A show where topics are endless and brackets are king. FanStream Sports and the Rink brothers invite you to help make decisions of a lifetime. Where the choice between Fruity Pebbles and the DuckTales theme song can change the course of human history. Sports has a new face. Podcasts have a new enemy. And the world has new heroes in March Chadness.
Welcome in to March Chadness, another Friday night edition. Thanks for tuning in. Nate did it like this. I did it like that. Drew doesn't even own a wiffle ball bat. It is March Chadness. Drew, you are looking super fly and, may I say, kind of ill.
Oh, it's time to get ill.
It is time to get ill. Nate, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Had to deal with the weather at work today. Got rained on a little bit, so we started a little later. And can I just use this platform to address something? When you're dealing with your delivery guys, the UPS guy, the postman, the FedEx, the lowly Amazon guy, we're aware of what the weather is like. So if it's raining, please don't feel the need to go, try and stay dry out there. And if it's like 1,000,000 degrees out, do not give me the, hey, try and stay cool, or is it hot enough for you? All right, just shut your face hole. Nobody likes that. It drives us all crazy. Offer me a cold beverage. Do not tell me what the weather is. I'm well aware. I just had to get that out.
It is going to be in the mid to high 90s.
And I'm going to hear it all week next week. Is it hot?
So you're hear it all week. So, yeah. Yes. But if you're getting like a Walmart or a Kroger like delivery, you can badger them all you want. It's just the delivery people. Do they do that at school with you, Drew, about the temperature, or if it's raining?
No, not really. Everything's a complaint, right? We want to go outside, and then it's too hot to go outside. Exactly. Now we're cold. I mean, just a complaint.
Awesome. All right. Nate Rink, Chad Rink, Drew Lennox.
Drew Pock.
He is Drew Pock today. Again, thanks for joining in. FanStreamSports.com. Check out all our great episodes. Appreciate you watching this evening. So we've got a lot to cover. There was a lot of sports stuff going on this week. And then we have a special Beastie Boys song bracket, which I know Nate is super excited about. I'm excited. You were born for this. You love the Beastie Boys. Drew never really listened to the Beastie Boys, so I'm excited to hear his takes on a lot of this stuff as someone that's listening to it for the first time. And spoiler alert, Nate, he says he has a snub, so he went above and beyond and did not just listen to the 32/33 that were on it, because I made a change. All right, so let's get started on the sports talk here. So NBA draft happened. There really weren't any surprises. We were able to get ESPN, so we watched it when I was at Jellystone. It pretty much went how we thought it was going to go. Top 10, 15. There's a couple of differences, but the top 7 went where we thought they were. So no surprises. First off, as a Bulls fan, I'm glad we got Caleb and that Boozer didn't fall. So with this, I just want to do in 5 years. This want to talk about with the draft. Like in 5 years, because again, I hate right after the draft. Who won the draft? We don't know because they haven't played a game yet. So and that kind of stuff. So I want to know in 5 years, Drew, you go first. Who do you think of this class, and really for this class, probably the top 10 to 15 guys? Who do you think is going to be the best player from this draft 5 years from now?
Well, I mean, it could be Acuff, because I think he's going to go get buckets. But I think the guy that's going to get the biggest chance to show off is Debanza. He's going to go out, be able to play with the Wizards. Trae Young is now signed. And I think he's just going to be able to go out and do his thing, be athletic, try to score as much as he can on a terrible team. And so I think he's got a great upside early on to kind of show what he's got.
That is a good point. Nate.
I was going to go
What do you
Acuff.
think?
I think he's going to be a stud.
Okay. Yeah, DeBonsa is interesting because in 5 years, because Anthony Davis is not going to still hardly be playing for that team. They still have Trae Young, so he's not going to be
not going to hardly play for it this year, probably.
No, but I mean, he won't have to come in and be the guy, which could probably help him a lot because there's two other guys there. I know it might be a homer pick, but I think Caleb Wilson could be the best one of them all. I think Darren Peterson is probably the most talented. I just don't know headspace, injuries. He's on the Jazz, so I don't know. But I think those are the three: DeBonsa, Wilson, Acuff are probably the three most likely to have the biggest impact in the NBA 5 years from now.
The crazy thing about Wilson is he was such a good player. I watched him in the Duke Carolina game, and that early on, like he was the reason they were in the game. And then he got hurt. UNC struggled down the stretch, and Hubert Davis got fired.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. Their best player, who might be the best player in the draft, wasn't playing,
right? And
yet he lost his job.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for Hubert Davis, but it wasn't this year. I'm not a big UNC guy, but I think it was probably time for him to get fired. But it's one of those things where I think it just gave him an excuse. Oh, we were bad. I know our best player wasn't there. We don't want you anymore. If they wanted Hubert Davis, they could use that excuse. Hey, Wilson was out on that. So I'm excited for this draft class because normally there's usually one guy, maybe two, that are going to be role player type guys. But this was a huge draft class. I think even when you get down past Acuff, like some of those other guys can be really good, like role players and sometimes an all-star. So I'm really excited. Like I love the guy we got at 15 from Texas. He's a local guy up here. He's from Columbus. He went to high school at Afrocentric actually high school, and then played at Xavier for 2 years before he went to Texas. So I do like him. He's a 6'7", 6'8" dude, and he can get some buckets. So exactly. So NBA. The one thing I do want to say before we move off from the draft to the NBA trades, why can't the NBA, when there are trades, just have the team that now owns the pick I'm tired of this, Atlanta has the pick. Atlanta picks. That guy's got to come out wearing an Atlanta hat, even though that pick has already been traded, and they got to come back and be like, there's been a trade, and people get excited like Atlanta trades the right. Like, no, it's stupid.
And they do it even like on the ticker on ESPN.
Yeah,
and it'll have like that team. I woke up the next day because the Cavs had the 29th pick.
Okay.
Right. And I was hoping that Reed from UConn would fall, but he didn't. And the next day I saw that they had drafted Alex Karabon from UConn. And I was like, no, I watched him play Duke. He was supposed to be the guy. He scored 5 points. I was like, I don't want him on 2 of 10 shooting. Karabon better not be the guy. And then I was like, wait. They traded the pick. He went to the Kings, and now we have 33.
So, it's dumb. It is so stupid. I don't know why they do it, but let's look into the trades here. We knew Giannis was going to go. We'll talk Giannis first because that is the biggest move of all of them. Pulling it up here right now. I should have had it prepared. All right, so the Miami Heat get them. We had talked about I talked about it the last show. They were probably the front runner to get him. They got him. They got Giannis and Bobby Portis. The Bucks in the trade get Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jamie Jacquez Jr. They got Kasparis, Jukan, whatever that is, some foreign guard. And then they got 3 first-round picks. They got the 13th pick this year, which I believe they took Ahmet out of Tennessee. And then they've got a 31 and a 33 first-round pick, and then pick swaps in 30 and 33. So quite the haul for Giannis and Bobby Portis. Nate, do you like this trade for either team? do you think they both win, both lose, or is it a draw?
Are we doing win, lose, or draw? All right. I think it works out pretty good for both. They're clearly going to have to get more help in Miami, other than just Giannis and Bam. But they're defensively, they'll be solid. And Pat Riley has been known to be able to just, I'm going to get the guy and I'll put the pieces around him and make it work. So I think it can work there. And getting, Tyler Hero is probably the best guy that they got, and they got 3 first-round draft picks. So I think it works out good for both. I mean, he wanted out anyways, and even with Giannis, the Bucks weren't going to do much. So I think they both made off good.
Drew, what do you think?
I'm not sure we're going to know if it's good for the Bucks for a really long time. I mean,
no, you got a 31 and a 33 first-round pick.
Right. They were holding out
7 years.
They were holding out for somebody strong, somebody fast, and somebody fresh from the fight. They were holding out for a hero, and they got their hero. But I was looking at CBS Sports ranks of the top 100 players going into last year. Giannis was 4.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero was 55, and the year before he was 82.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's the key person in this deal. I think he's going to start the year injured, and there's already talks that they might trade him.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see with the different pieces they got, with the picks that aren't coming until the 30s. I just don't think we'll know quite yet what the Bucks are going to be.
Yeah. I think it was a bad trade on both ends, and this is why. You look at the Heat were the 10th seed and lost a play-in game. Like, they get Giannis, and they're still probably the 4th or 5th best team in the East, and they have no, like, outside of Giannis, and Bam, they don't have much. I don't think that's a great combination of bigs. And then you're Milwaukee, and Tyler Hero is your prize. I mean, I like Ware and Jaquez. I think they're both very solid players. And if you're Milwaukee, you are not competing this year. But sometimes when you're not competing, you can't wait like till 2033, like, 8 years from now, because most of the guys on the roster, Tyler Hero won't even be on the roster at that point. And I'm sure they'll use those picks to trade later on. But like Milwaukee, I don't know, because now you're talking that the Celtics are looking to trade Jaylen Brown. I don't know why both teams just like, hey, Jaylen Brown for Giannis, I think would have been a fair trade for both. And then obviously, if someone want to throw in a pick or something, that's fine. But I think it would have helped both teams, like, now and even in the future for the Bucks. So I think it's a dumb trade for both. I don't think it makes it obviously makes the Heat better, because you can't not add a guy like Giannis and not be better. But the pieces around him, they're not going to have, like, they can go get stuff, but Giannis is a hard guy to build around, I think, just because of his style. He's so good, but he's getting older too. So I don't like the Heat. Did not seem like, I never thought the Heat was the team to get him. I thought like a team that was ready to compete for the championship now, like the Celtics. I really thought OKC, like, why not? I would have OKC to go get it, but I don't know. There was a Julius Randle trade, which I'm not even, he got traded. He's Julius Randle. He's a fine player. Like, but it was a nothing burger. Although it was the best part of that trade was our Bulls getting Nick Claxton. That is a sneaky good move, because we needed a center. Claxton's still young, mid-20s, and he's a solid player. He is a solid player in what we needed. So I like that. And then surprisingly, LaMelo Ball gets traded, which I did not see that coming, because the Hornets, winning that game against the Heat it was a big thing for that franchise. And I'm like, okay, they're a good team. And they trade and they get Naz Reid, who, like, Naz Reid is fine. I think Naz Reid gets too much credit because he had that big playoff game like a few years back where he just kept draining threes. They do get first round pick swaps in 28, 29, and 30, which I'm like, okay, whatever. And then they get 3 seconds, which are pretty much useless in the NBA. I love this deal.
The Bulls sure love those second round picks. I know that.
They do. Yes, they do. I love this trade for Minnesota. I think the combo of Ball and Ant is huge. They still have Gobert. So, like, they still need a forward, but I think, especially if you put Ant, I think they're going to have to play Ant at the 3 because I think, what's his face that the Bulls traded to them, Dusumu.
Io.
Yep, Io. So I think those 3. That's a good team. I am excited for that. I think that's a good pairing of Ball and Ant. I think they will work together well because Ant is not he's not really the ball dominant type of player. Where sometimes you get that like the Luka LeBron sometimes could get weird where LaMelo can bring the ball up. He's a good passer. He can flat out shoot. So I like that trade. You guys agree for that trade for Minnesota? A good trade.
I disagree with you, Chad.
Ah, okay.
We got Ant-Man and the Hornet, right? Here they are. But the thing is with the West is the 2 big teams are OKC and San Antonio, and they're huge.
Yeah.
Right. One of the biggest things OKC did was get Ademara from Michigan to kind of guard Wemby. Right. And then San Antonio took multiple centers. What Minnesota did here was they got smaller.
Right.
They traded Julius Randle just to dump him. And then Naz Reid went. And they got smaller in a conference where you have to be big. But I do think it's interesting with Naz Reid. He's never been a full-time starter, but he's going to go there. And that's the thing about the Julius Randle trade. He was supposed to be the next guy up, right?
Right.
For a day before that trade got made, it was like, oh, Naz Reid's going to step in. Well, now he goes to Charlotte. Right, with Brandon Miller and Con Knipple, who was a huge surprise last year.
Right.
Even watching him so much at Duke as a Duke fan, like Con Knipple lit it up last year. But those guys are young, they're hungry, and they have a couple good draft picks. So they got Hannes Steinbeck and they got Christian Anderson. So I think no matter what, like with Hans Christian Andersen, like they might be able to write some fairy tale endings there in Charlotte.
I love the analysis that Drew brings. Nate, are you on Drew's side that you don't like this for the T-Wolves?
I think it makes them better. I don't think it makes them good enough to beat the Thunder or the Spurs. I think it keeps Ant-Man from getting double teamed and gives him options because you could tell he was getting frustrated. They were double teaming him right as soon as he was coming across half court. Gives another guy so they don't have to do that. But again, they are smaller. So I do think It makes them better scoring wise, but I don't know if it makes them good enough to beat the Thunder or the Spurs.
Yeah, that's just it. I know Gobert's so good down low. And I mean, the Thunder could be harder to guard because they are smaller and athletic. But yeah,
Chet Holmgren's a problem for any generation. If just ask him,
he is. But you look at this Hornets. The starting lineup for the Hornets will be Nas will probably be the center. You've got Miles Bridges and you've got Brandon Miller at the forward spots, and then you've got Knipple and former Bull Kobe White. At the guards. I think with Kobe White there, that probably gave them the out on Ball. I've always been a Kobe White truther since we drafted him. So I'm glad. And then he looked big time in that game. So it's just interesting. It's interesting. I love all the draft picks and the trades. The trades were I think better than the draft. So, all right, let's still stay in the NBA real quick. Dusty May, after winning a national title at Michigan, goes to the NBA. This guy, he was hired at Florida Atlantic in 2018. In 2023 is when he made that huge Final Four run with them. And then, so he's like, he goes in 2024, leaves Florida Atlantic after taking them a year after to the Final Four. In his first year at Michigan, or the third year at Michigan, goes to win the title, and then now's in the NBA. Like, it's crazy. Within 2 years, he is an NBA from Florida Atlantic. Do you guys like the move? Nate, do you like the move, Dusty May, in the NBA? Do you think he can – sometimes these college guys don't do well in the NBA?
I don't think it's gonna work. It generally doesn't. I would have stayed put.
I think the one thing that is different that is a lot of times those college guys have been there for a long time, right? He's not super entrenched into the college game. And I think they asked him recently, like, do you think you'll, be in college in 5 years? He's like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, so he had his eyes definitely somewhere. I thought it was interesting that he went out and got one of his own guys.
Yeah.
I always think it's weird when the college guys have a chance to get one of their players
and they
at
don't.
a reasonable
Pass up
spot,
on
right.
and pass
And they
on
don't.
him. Now it was interesting they took Johnson where he was. But
yeah, that was the thing. They took him over the other two bigs. So I like the move, and I think this could work because from what I just perceive as what Dusty May's personality is, he seems like he's kind of more like a lower profile. He's not like Calipari or, Patino coming in. I think he's got more of that. What's his name? That's the GM in Boston. That was Brad Stevens. Yeah. I think he's young enough too. He's going to relate and kind of let the players be the players and understands that the players run the NBA, not the coaches. So I think he'll be all right. I think they should give him a chance. It's going to take a minute, I think, to get up to speed at Dallas, but you got Cooper Flagg, so that helps.
I'm sure Kyrie will be super helpful.
That's the other thing too. Nate, Noah and I were talking about it. Like, dude, if Kyrie can come back like that, that's sneaky good. Getting a guy like Kyrie, if he can stay healthy, him and Flagg, and get some other pieces, that could be interesting. I do want to circle back. We talked about Brendan Sorsby last week, thinking that the supplemental draft will happen. They canceled the supplemental draft, and the Sorsby people are outraged that this is some sort of slight on him. Nate, do you know when the last time the NFL had a supplemental draft?
No, I actually
Drew, you probably do because you studied and took notes because you're a scholar.
I thought it was Terrell Pryor in 11. But I'm not sure. Josh Gordon might have been after that.
They had the last time they had a supplemental draft was 2019.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a minute. So this is not like they have it every year and they're like, oh, we don't want Sorsby in this. I have no problem with it because he gambled on teams he played on. And if you're not going to allow the hit leader in the Major League Baseball to be in the Hall of Fame, your baseball museum, because of betting on his team, I'm not letting this guy, like, dude, he can wait a year. No, like, there's no issue here. They have no leg to stand on. Even the Canadians don't want him. The CFL said we are not going to offer him a contract. And when the Canadians are saying no, then you're in the right. If you're on the same side,
they said take off, eh?
Take off, you knob. He could possibly get to the XFL or the USFL, whatever. That's already going on though, I think. So who knows? He's got to wait a year. They'll give him more time to gamble to get better at it. We probably won't talk too much WNBA on this show at all. However,
next summer when there's no baseball.
When there's no exactly. A big news in WNBA last night, Marina Mabrey dropping 53 ties Asia Wilson and Liz Cambridge as the most points scored in a WNBA game, 53. She had 9 threes. She was just on fire. That game was out of reach, most of it. It was around a 20-point game the entire time, but she was just lights out.
Nate, do you know who she is? Marina Mabrey, have you heard of her?
I have SportsCenter.
Before that?
Before last night, did you know who? No.
Yeah, me either.
Did not.
It's very similar to if you would like if Shane Gillis would have said Marina Mabrey on his ESPYs thing, I'm like, that's not a real NBA player.
Chad and I were talking about we didn't know the teams. She plays for the Tempo. You could have given me a big long list of teams, and I would not have picked the team up.
No, that was one I did not know. I knew that the WNBA liked to have team names that do not end in S because all but 4 of them do not. No, it was a huge night. She was 17 for 28 from the field, tied a WNBA record with 9 3-pointers. She was 9 for 18, 10 for 12 from the line, played 32 minutes. Huge night. I assumed, because I don't know enough WNBA players, but I know some. Like, I could probably name 8. And one of them would be, I don't know her name, but she's that guard with the goggles that just got drafted. The short, so
That's
that would count as that's naming her. That is, yeah. Yes.
Doesn't count.
So
Goggle gal.
it doesn't matter what her name is. All right. So I thought that she was like, oh, she must be a rookie or a younger. She's been playing since 2019. She's 29. She's a 12-point a game average pretty much for her career. So just a huge night. Crazy for the WNBA.
She's
which
the Bam Adebayo of the WNBA.
She is the Bam Adebayo, because I was talking to Noah too. Is like, if this is very similar, I think, to what Bam was. If you weren't a huge WNBA fan, you probably had no idea who this person was.
You call her Glam
or the tempo glam. But I think too, if you weren't a big NBA fan, like it just like my wife, your wife, probably your wife. Yeah. Like if you said, "Hey, who's Bam Adebayo?" They would have no idea who it was.
He's that guy that plays with Giannis.
Yeah.
Now.
Right.
I said he was Barney Rubble's son, right? No. It's Bam.
Bam.
So it's very similar to that kind of thing. But it did make me bring up, we were going to talk about this anyways, and if you saw the thumbnail, last year at our fantasy football draft weekend festivities, we were talking, I don't know how we got on the subject, at the Burger King. We always do a Friday or a Saturday afternoon activity before the draft, and then always afterwards we go to a Burger King, because we've done that forever. So we're at Burger King, and I said, I bet you, and I am 55 right now. So I said, I bet you right now I could keep Angel Reese from getting 10 rebounds if you put me in a WNBA game. And people laughed. And then the one guy, P Murph, was baffled. He's like right now? Like you meant like in your prom? Like, no, right now. And then I said, and Dave thinks it's the funniest thing. He's like, I would need 2 days. And Dave thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's like, why 2 days? Like, I would need stretch, and I would need to eat better and stuff, because I am 30 pounds overweight. But
you can drop it in 30 days.
No, I'm not. But I'm
2 days.
No, but if you gave me 6 months, if you said definitely if you gave me 6 months, the beginning of next year, I'd be more confident. But if you couldn't just wake me up in the middle of sleep, hey, you got to go box her out now. You got to give me 2 days to prepare, which I think is fair for a 55-year-old guy. So I said I could. Before I do my take on it, Nate, you're my brother. You have seen me play. You did not really see me in my prime when I was the back-to-back undefeated intramural champions Saturday league at NKU.
No, but I've been front row for some Gus Macker tournaments.
You've been Gus Macker. You saw me as a Turpin Spartan co-captain senior year. What are your thoughts of me at 55? So here's the thing. I am 6 foot 215 right now. Angel Reese is 6'4", so she has 4 inches of height on me, but she's only 165 pounds. I outweigh her by 50 pounds. So, Nate, your thoughts on I'm not saying anything else. She could drop 50 on me. I'm just saying I could keep her from getting 10 rebounds in a game. What are your thoughts, Nate?
When's the last time you played any kind of basketball? Since you blew the Achilles.
On Father's Day in the driveway. I almost put up, because I had a sweet pass that everyone was shocked that I still had it. But I full court is going to be a little bit rough because I'm out of shape. But I have not played really. I played occasionally, because Sarah would kill me if I either retore it or tore the other one. So I don't play. I'm like Seinfeld. I choose not to play when he's not running. So I will play sparingly, but it's usually in a half court or a driveway setting. So my stamina is not going to be the best.
I don't think you're holding her to under 10. I think you're approaching this argument all wrong.
Okay.
I do think you can out-rebound her. Here's the thing. In standard WNBA games, there is, by both teams total, roughly 74 to 80 missed shots. Angel Reese misses approximately 53 to 68% of her layups. There's rebounds galore to be had. So to try and keep her under 10, especially if you keep boxing her out, they're going to find a way to get you out of there. I don't think you can keep her under 10, but I do think you can out-rebound her because there's so many rebounds to go around that it's.
I do appreciate that you have that confidence. I'm getting 15 rebounds in a WNBA game.
Well, all right,
Drew,
there's a lot of rebounds.
There is a lot of missed. There's a lot of missed shots. I played a lot of basketball in my 55 year. I played basketball for 48 of my 55 years. Drew, you've never seen me play basketball. What are your thoughts, just in general, if a 55-year-old out of shape guy could keep the league's best rebounder from getting 10 rebounds in just a single game?
As a mathematician, I don't believe that there's like 100 percentile and a 0 percentile, but it would be a 0 percentile. Chad, she's played 81 games in the WNBA, and 71 of them she's had at least 10 rebounds. The first 3 she didn't, but every single game she's had at least 8. She's never had fewer than 8. And I agree with Nate. She's going to get some of those me bounds, right? That she misses the shot. She's 4 inches taller than you, and she's going to be able to grab it, put it back. She's also very, very physical. She almost always leads the league in like technical fouls because, she's very physical, and some people consider her kind of dirty. But I think she would push you around a little bit right now as 55 and out of shape, and maybe in your prime. No offense, my good friend.
All right. Here's my take on it, why I think I could. And I'll say this up front. 98% of the WNBA players would school me right now, and maybe not in my prime probably, but like right now, like I could not cover like anybody on the perimeter. Have you not seen Angel Reese? Maybe one of the least athletic people in that league. If you watched her trying to do her shot, it's unbelievable. I saw this and it gave me more confidence because she would. If you're shooting, and I'm right-handed, I'm catching the ball. I catch it. My left leg is stationary, and then my right foot comes in with it. She was catching it with her left hand and then moving her left foot in. She is horrible. So here's the thing. Why she gets so many rebounds is, number one, she doesn't get boxed out ever. Number two, she misses a bunch of her own layups. Number three, teams aren't gearing up for her because she's not that good. If my sole purpose was to keep her off the boards, I'm giving her every outside look. I'm stout down low. I outweigh her by 50. I know she's physical, but I have dad strength. And if that's my only job, I'm keeping her off the board. I'm just boxing her out. I don't care what else happens. Also, I will use my savvy basketball IQ to my advantage. And I would have to have a team that would be like Caitlin Clark, or a team that also thinks that Angel Reese is not a good basketball player, because they would help me. Because my goal is, and this is what P. Murph was arguing with me about, because I said I would try to just get her in foul trouble. I would just post her up, pump fake, under, go up in. I'd get her in foul trouble and try to get her fouled out or get her teed up and get out by trash talking her like Phillip Rivers trash talking her.
Wait, so your strategy is you can keep her from it because you would get her out of the game?
That's part of the game. That's part of the game. Listen. And that's what P. Murph's like, wait, if she fouls out or you get a technical, it's like, that's part of the game, P. Murph. Like, that's part of the game. But even if they played the whole game, they said they cannot get her out. That's one thing I can still do at 55 and out of shape. I can box the hell out of people. And I got a big butt. I would be determined, and I would just stay with her and just be like, you can do whatever you want. You can score 50 on me. She's not getting layups. I will play behind her so she can. I'm not going to front her and just make her shoot. Or she's so slow, I probably would knock the ball away from her. Like, go watch Angel Reese play. She is so unathletic, and she's just. And like, you watch her, they don't box her out. Like, nobody boxes her out.
I don't think she would score 50.
No, she's not going to score. She wouldn't score 50 if nobody else was in the gym for that time. But I think I could.
I don't think she's ever going to be on the show at this point.
She's not. Anyways, but I think like I could box people out. Like, again, she's not going to be like, she's not super athletic, so she's not going to be able to get too quick around me. If I'm just going to, that's my job. I'm not playing help side. Like, you guys deal with that. I'm not playing normal basketball ways. If my whole thing is I said no 10 rebounds, you're staying off the boards. I'm just going to stay to box you out, and then I'll just let you go play on the perimeter, shoot your shots on the perimeter. And
what if you get hurt and you're out of the game?
Then that's a problem.
And Sarah's not very happy.
No. The only problem is going to be on the defensive end. Is where it could end up getting bad, because the other team is going to want her to get 10, because this is why this will never happen, because it's a lose-lose for the WNBA.
And she plays in a women's league.
Well, no, if they did Bobby Riggs played Billie Jean King in that tennis thing, if they did like an exhibition thing to promote the WNBA, because no one watches it, and they said, hey, can this 55, like, people would probably watch it, but this is why it will never happen. My wife will not let it happen, first of all. That's just not it. I mean, our life insurance is up to date, so she might, but we just talked about it today that she has to die before me. That's the rule. She does not want to have to deal with the kids and just life. She has to die first. That's the rule. Hopefully not for like another 40 years. But the WNBA wouldn't let it happen, because if Angel Reese does get 10 rebounds on me, okay, he's a fat 55-year-old 6-foot guy that never played anything outside of high school except intramurals, which that would be my thing. I would make sure they said back-to-back undefeated intramural Saturday division champions. Second reason why they wouldn't do it, if I did hold her under 10 rebounds, that's not a good look for the NBA. That is a horrible look for the NBA. I believe in myself. I'm the WNBA, yes. I believe in myself, and so I say that. And again, I can keep touting it, because it will never happen. But it's a fun little thing again for that. So I will say that for next time, the major league. I just want to say, because June's still going on, we'll talk about PCA's amazing June, because he's going to have some more amazing stuff in June. But I did see this note on the Major League Baseball, and we'll move on to the bracket. James Wood, outfielder for the Nationals. When they did the stat, he had played 311 games. So this is like last week. He's a stud. I love that guy. He's so good. In 311 games, he's played like almost 2 full seasons. He played his first year, he came up, played like 70 games, played all last year, and then he's played all the games this year. In his 311 games, he has faced 447 different pitchers.
Insane.
Do you know who else faced exactly 447 pitchers in their baseball career? One Hall of Famer, Ted Williams, who played 2,292 games. I just thought that stat was wild.
I thought maybe it was you in intramural.
It was not me, no. Listen. No, I will say this. I could not hit a baseball, which is why I played softball. Like I could field great. I could not hit a baseball at all. So baseball is not my thing. All right. That was fun.
That's James Wood, who was great in Dickstown. Oh, wait. That's James Wood.
That's James Wood. Ooh. What is it, like a Skittle or an M&M? He's on Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Hey, thank you for 420 people watching this nonsense. Comment in there. Do you think I could, at 6 foot, 215 pounds, keep Angel Reese from getting 10 rebounds in a WNBA game? Comment in that. Also like it as well. All right. It's time for the bracket, which Nate is super excited about. As you see his shirt, stuff in the background. It is a Beastie Boys bracket.
They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all. They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all.
All right, Beastie Boys song bracket, 32 Beastie Boys songs.
I could have easily made it 64.
You could have made it 64, yes. But we're like 64 is just too much for the show sometimes. We gotta really make it something like duos and Weird Al. Number 1 seed, So What You Want, going up against She's Crafty. 8-9, Pass the Mic, Ryman and Steelin'. No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Sounds of Silence. 5-12, Super Disco Breakin'. In girls, Shake Your Rump's a 3 seed against 3 mics and 1 DJ.
3 MCs.
Oh, 3 MCs and 1 DJ. I just put that in wrong. That's how much I know my stuff. I will change that right now. Check It Out against Body Movin' as a 6'11". Shadrach, Make Some Noise, 7'10", round at the top bracket. Paul Revere is a 2 seed against Root Down. Next bracket, we've got Sabotage. I would imagine the number 1 overall seed, Nate. Nate seeded these as the biggest Beastie Boys fan here. Slow and Low, 16. Gratitude, Time for Living. Brass Monkey, Jimmy James, Get It Together. Remote Control as the 5'12". 314, Intergalactic, Eggman. 6'11", Hey Ladies, Time to Get Ill. 7'10", Sure Shot, Triple Trouble. And then Fight for Your Right, The New Style. All right. Nate, did anyone get snubbed? And then we'll get to Drew snub.
Oh, any of the well, all right. So making these brackets is hard. So I should probably stop busting your chops on matchups and what gets left in. I'm not gonna stop busting your chops. I just probably should.
No, it's good for the show.
If I would have done it just on all my favorite, there would have been some big ones on here that wouldn't have been in my top 32.
Right.
I went on a couple different top 40, top 50 rankings of Beastie Boys. So I was just trying to get a feeling as to, and, on Spotify, I was looking at the most listened to, and I was just trying to get a good feel as to what is across, the nation or what have you, the biggest songs. And then I kind of just move stuff up that I like more. But I mean, there's songs on here. If you like any of these songs that we're talking about, go look into, the Maestro, Professor Booty, Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun, Hey F You, Don't Play No Games I Can't Win, Stand Together, I Don't Know. These are all really great songs that I would love to have had on here. Just not how it went.
Yep. Drew said he had a snub. Drew, you did not grow up listening to the Beastie Boys, correct?
That's correct. I think we figured out that License to Ill came out 1 year before I was
Yes,
born.
exactly. So License to Ill came out before Drew was born. And you obviously there were songs that you had heard of.
Sure.
So this is like really your first listen through. You said you had a snub, so let's get that out of the way first.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten, from the Battery to the top of Manhattan. Open letter to NYC, post 9/11 song. I just loved it when I heard it.
It is a great song, and that whole album is To the Five Boroughs is a love letter to New York. That is a great song. So,
yeah.
But Chad, I did a bunch of prep this week. Do you want to hear about my prep?
Yes, I want to hear about it. It's my snub is also Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun. That song is phenomenal. I love it. All right, Drew, so how did you prep? Because I just kind of went back and I've heard probably 80%, 85% of these songs already. There's a few I just did not like. Sounds of Silence I never heard before.
Science, I think.
Science. What am I doing? I am retarded. So maybe I won't be able to keep Angel Reese from 10 rebounds. All right, so I can't do a simple thing as type. Drew, what was your research for the show?
All right, so the first thing I will say is that even the songs that I have heard of, like I didn't realize they were their songs. But I did 2 big things this week that helped me prep. First of all, I had lunch with a dear friend of mine, Mike D. Seriously.
Mike D.
His name is Mike and his middle name is Duncan. I mean, he's not the Mike D, but he's
not the Mike D.
A Mike D. And then the other thing I did is I watched a lot of Teen Titans. And that green little guy, he would never sing. I was like, come on, where are the songs at? And I realized I was doing the right thing.
It was Beast Boy.
That's Beast Boy, not Beastie Boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that probably threw off your week of training for this.
It did.
but you got to get probably both good puns and one-liners.
Exactly. Teen Titans Go. We watched that a lot at the house. All right. So I tried to get MCA was going to be on the show, but unfortunately he's in the back skeezing with the hoe. So he's also dead. Yes. That's the biggest issue with it. is that he is dead. So I'm glad you played along with that, because as I was like, I'm going to say this and hopefully Nate will pick up and say, but he's also dead. And you did. So well done on that. All right, let's get into it. So what you want, she's crafty. Drew, I may go to Drew first on all these. Like, Drew, your thoughts. Well, first, what are your thoughts on, like, do you kind of think the Beastie Boys good, average, bad? Like,
I'm not a huge rap guy, but there were definitely some that I liked.
Yeah.
There were some that I definitely did not like. What was nice about it is in the first round, it was like, I'm going to listen to this song, then I'm going to listen to this song. And which one did I like more? Like, so there's not a whole lot of background, like, oh, this is the way it made me feel because of this experience in my life.
Right.
It was just, I was sitting in the chair and I listened to this one and I listened to that one and, was able to kind of make a choice.
Gotcha. All right. So what you want, she's crafty. Thoughts on those?
I'll tell you, I really liked She's Crafty. For it being a 16, it really stood out to me. I was thinking the whole time about my wife because she can make anything. She's really good with a glue gun and ribbons and paint. I mean, she's crafty and she's just my type. But so what you want, the first time along, I didn't really care for it much, but it got stuck in my head. And so it's So What You Want.
Yeah. I don't think that was the same crafty they were talking about,
Yeah,
but
I
no,
don't think so either.
I was surprised Chief Crafty was a 16 because I like it better than probably at least 5 other songs for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know who did these.
Who did this? Yeah. So see,
Let's blame Chad.
But She's Crafty really wasn't going to be making it past probably one round if it was mashed up with something else anyway. So What You Want is good. Nate, why is So What You Want a number 1 seed for you?
I don't know what it is. When that album came out, it was, I was right in high school, and just just everything about it just makes me so happy. She's Crafty is great. They are using, that first album, they're sampling a lot of classic rock that they didn't ever get sued for or ask permission for. Like, there's a lot of Zeppelin. Wow. They're using The Ocean by Led Zeppelin in this and never asked permission. And I hope that Drew's wife is not crafty like this girl, because the cab driver said he recognized my girlie by the back of her head. Is not anything that you want to. But I don't know what it is about So What You Want. Everything about it, the guitar, the beat, the everything. It's.
But before I listen to it,
I'm as cool as a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce. All right.
There you go. Nate's going to be bringing some of the lyrics of it too. So yeah, So What You Want is going to go. All right, 8-9, Pass the Mic, Rhyming and Stealing. Nate, what is your preference on these 8-9 matchups? I thought were interesting because they were kind of, for me, similar. There's a couple of these where I'm like, I don't have a preference, or I'm like, I don't like either. But like, what about Pass the Mic, Rhyming and Stealing? Nate, where are you going?
If you would have asked me back in the 90s, I probably would have gone Pass the Mic, because I do love that one a lot. I'm like, it's like Jimmy Walker. It's dynamite. But Rhyming and Stealing, I don't know what it is. I still don't know what the whole Alibaba and the 40 Thieves is. But I mean, it's using samples from, again, Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks, and Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath. Like, it's I don't know, Rhyming and Stealing. I think when I was listening to this, leading up to this, I think I'm going to take Rhyming and Stealing over Pass the Mic, as much as I do love Pass the Mic.
Yeah. Drew.
I think for me it was Pass the Mic. I'm a dynamic MC, a lyrical genius, master of the universe. You've never seen this. And I didn't really like Rhyming and Stealing. I got that it was a pirate theme, but I think Nate just referenced it. What in the world is Alibaba and the 40 Thieves? They're not pirates. So I liked Pass the Mic better.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the weird part of that song. I do love any rap song that's like a pirate theme is kind of great for me. I'm going to take Rhyming and Stealing. It's going to be like Arrested Development. I'm going to say that the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves is like seasons 4 and 5. I'm just going to forget as part of it, and I'm going to take the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development. I like Rhyming and Stealing. I'm going to be partial pretty much to anything off License to Ill, though, because that was a heavy rotational play of my cassette/CD. Of that with Run DMC's Raising Hell, Twisted Sisters, Stay Hungry, and LL Cool J's Bigger and Deffer. Those
I'm glad you said Raising Hell because I want to get this out of the way. I do have Beastie Boys stuff, but I also have the Funko Pops and Run DMC. So I'm gonna say this right now, and I'll die on this hill. If it weren't for Run DMC, I don't think Beastie Boys would ever have been what they were. They were both produced by Rick Rubin. They were sharing studio space. They opened up. Beastie Boys opened up for Run DMC during the Raising Hell tour. And I think the fact that Run DMC was cool with them gave these three white Jewish guys from New York street cred, and I think that made them what they became to be. Because I think without that, it wouldn't have been the same. And even I saw Daryl McDaniel in an interview. He's like, "Yeah, man, they were white boys rapping about white boy stuff. We didn't understand half of it, but it was good." And he goes, "But they gave us the ideas to start sampling like classic rock songs. Like we never thought about doing that." And I think that's what led to Walk This Way.
Walk This Way.
They heard the guitar riff, and they're like, "We want to use it." Rick Rubin's like, "Well, I'm also producing Aerosmith. What if you guys collab on something?" So I think without Run DMC, I think Aerosmith would have died by the wayside, and Beastie Boys maybe never would have become what they were. So shout out to Run DMC, Reverend Run
DMC, babe. I love Run DMC. All right. No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Sounds of Science, not the Simon and Garfunkel song. I'm going on record. I love No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I know Nate is one of those where I think it's one of those early songs that is super popular, but I don't think it's one of Nate's top songs. I love it so much. I'm not a big fan of Sounds of Science though. So I'm going No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Drew,
I did like Sounds of Science. I like that it was slow and then it kind of changed up what it was in the middle of it. Of course, I like postulating theorems and formulating equations. That's great, but it's No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Nate, would you have taken No Sleep Till Brooklyn in this first round?
Now, and I do like the song. I can play it on guitar. I can sing and play it on guitar. I can sing and play it on drums. I do love the song, and it is a play on the Motorhead title, "No Sleep Till Hammersmith." But I don't know what it is about Sounds of Science. It starts out silly, and then it's just a slow build, keeps getting better, and might have the best ending of any of them. Just dropping science like Galileo dropped the orange.
Exactly. All right, Super Disco Breakin' and Girls. Nate, where are you going?
Girls, it's misogynistic, but it's fun. I'm sorry, it just is.
Much like this show. No, it's not. Drew.
For me, it was also Girls. I like the xylophone sound in it. I like just the consistent sound with like the same rhyming sound, like the A, May, Day, Lay. It was like 10 or 11 just back and forth. I feel like if you're someone who's trying to make rhymes, that's what you're doing, right? You're making a sound. It's okay. Bay, K, Day, Fay. Like how many of these can we get? And that's what I really liked.
Yeah. So we all pretty much really all we want is Girls. All right. So the thing with that is too, like, that wasn't the way, like 80s. And I'm always going to love 80s and 90s rap songs. I know the rapping and the style now is so much better and cooler, but the songs aren't iconic. Like we had, Baby's Got Back. We had the Humpty Dance. We had Ice Ice Baby. We had these iconic songs that kind of, when you compare it to like Eminem and some of these other, they kind of suck, but they're great. Plus, only in the 80s and 90s could we have come up with and had a popular rapper that had Down syndrome. And that happened in the 80s and 90s. So Biz Markie, you cannot tell me otherwise that Biz Markie, when he was in elementary school, did not ride the short bus.
I'm glad you brought up Biz Markie. He's so involved in a lot of these albums. But
that's like
him talking in between songs, or
him talking at the end of the Mr. Spot, the Intergalactic.
And the Beastie Boys, that's all him. And on their greatest hits, they had a version of him doing Benny and the Jets by Elton John on Beastie Boys' greatest hits album. They just put in, none of us are singing. We're just going to have Biz Markie singing Benny and the Jets. And he knows like zero of the lyrics. Like
that should be on every album. They should just have that on every album. But before, like, that was not a big, like, nowadays, like, people will rhyme on the same rhyme, like 8, 9, 10, like Eminem. That was not big in the 80s. 80s was the rhyme scheme was like A, B, B. It was like that. Eric B and Rakim, who like are very underrated. Like they were the ones like
Don't sweat the technique, guys.
Dude, I just listened to that on the way over here. It was like, dude, their stuff, like I wish I listened to them more growing up. They just were kind of not in my wheelhouse. But dude, their style was so different and ahead of their time in the 80s. So, and girls, like that was not the way it goes. And that's why I love that song, because it's just each verse is like the same rhyme. Shake Your Rump, 3 MCs and 1 DJ. Drew. Not to be confused with Rump Shaker.
I was surprised because so many of these songs, the title is featured so heavily in the song.
Yeah.
And Shake Your Rump, those specific lyrics, I don't feel like are as prevalent in the song as some of the other ones.
Right.
But 3 MCs and 1 DJ, I loved it. Be getting stupid in your area, causing all kinds of hysteria. My beats are sick like malaria. Don't worry, I'll take care of ya.
My favorite line.
1 DJ.
Dude, we need to do an album with Drew just saying the Beastie Boys songs.
Drew Bach.
I like both these songs a lot. Something about the way they say "shake your rump" in the chorus and then like it. I love that. I'm going "shake your rump." Nate, I have no problem.
This is a hard one for me. I do love the tweak scratch with Mixmaster Mike. I love the intro with him just leaving them a voicemail like, "Hey, look what I figured out." You know, it's called the tweak scratch. But "Shake Your Rump" is Aiden's absolute favorite Beastie Boys song. I think it edges it out. You know, it's like Sam the Butcher bringing Alice the meat, like Fred Flintstone driving around with bald feet.
Exactly. I tell you what, and you don't realize how many just ridiculously great, nonsensical lyrics the Beastie Boys.
Well, that was their goal when they'd be in the studio, was try to make rhymes that would make the other guys break and laugh.
It's so great. Like it's just so out there. I love it. All right, check it out. Body moving, body moving. I like Body Moving, but I also like the other one. So, Nate, where are you at?
Yeah, I do like Check It Out. You know, they do reference Cable Guy in that movie, which I think is highly underrated movie. And they do got a Miss Piggy in there. It's in sports that fresh Shataya. And Body Moving is great, but there's also on their greatest hits a Fatboy Slim remix that I kind of like better.
I gotcha.
I think I might have to go Body. I don't know. The line "came out rapping when I was born." Mom said "rocket to the break of dawn." Just the visual of out rapping and her in the bed with the legs up, like yeah.
That is a great line.
I think I'm gonna go Body.
Drew, where were you at on this one?
So
not that it matters.
Check it out. Surprised me a little bit because not hearing too many Beastie Boys songs, I was surprised and taken a little bit aback by the profanity in that song.
Yeah.
It stood out to me a little bit more. But I thought Body Moving was
a lot more cursing on it.
It did. Yeah. I thought Body Moving was annoyingly repetitive and kind of too long. So I probably would have taken Check It Out, but it's whatever.
It is. It's all right. Shadrach, Make Some Noise. I had not heard Shadrach for this. Now, just letting you know, it is not biblically accurate of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. However, I enjoyed that song very much. I really liked it. So it is a beating Make Some Noise for me. Drew.
Got more stories than JD's got Salinger. I hold the title and you're the challenger. I get money like Charles Dickens. Girls in the coop like the Colonel's got chickens. That was Shadrach, but I like to Make Some Noise better.
Did you? Okay. I did. The Salinger line killed me. It just made me laugh. So he's going to Make Some Noise. So Nate, you're the deciding vote here. Shadrach, Make Some Noise.
Make Some Noise is the only one off the Hot Sauce Committee Part 2. And it does have Lego, my ego, while I flex my ego. So Ego, we're trying to get you as a sponsor.
Ego, come on.
What are we doing? But no, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Yeah, it's not biblically accurate, but it is, you know, it was a metaphor because the parallel of the trio's survival and the reason of their resilience in the rap industry when they, right. And it's like, this is in Paul's Boutique is when they started sampling different stuff. I mean, that's got Sly and the Family Stone. It's got some James Brown samples. If I had a penny for my thoughts, I'd be a millionaire is just amazing. Give me Shadrach.
Yep. All right. Where Shadrach is not biblically accurate, Paul Revere is very historically accurate. So
100%.
Paul Revere, Root Down. Drew, I want to get your take on these.
So I don't know what it means to kick it root down. I wonder if Nate could tell me.
Nate probably knows. Nate kicks it root down all the time.
Nate, what does it mean to kick it root down?
The roots are down. I don't know. You just got to. You're kicking it root down. Your feet are planted on the ground like roots. It's
okay.
Kicking it root down, but you can't kick it if they're rooted down. So I don't know. It's maybe we can get Mike D on here. You got your friends with Mike D. Why didn't you ask?
My friend's a Mike D. He's a big Beastie Boys fan too. So he did give me a little bit of
insight.
insight.
The real Mike D is putting out a solo album. They dropped one single, and the rest of it drops in August. I actually listened to it like 3 times today. It's pretty good. So
actually, the funniest thing about my friend Mike D is he's a social studies teacher, and every year he teaches American history. And every year when we get to The British Are Coming, he gives me a heads up, and I run through his class screaming, "The British are coming!" every period, and the kids don't know what to think, and it's great. But I did like Paul Revere better. I like the chronological storytelling element of it. I like the crossover lyrics, the fact that it said like "time to get ill" and like that's a lyric of another song. But yeah, Paul Revere, I think I liked better.
Nate.
Yeah, I love storytelling songs. It doesn't even have a hook. It's just telling the story. And my favorite is when MCA is like, "My name's MCA, got a license to kill." And he's like, and Ad Rock is just going, yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know. It just tickles me.
Paul Revere is one of my all-time favorite songs. I just love it so much. I actually, there for a while, I was trying to be like a Christian Weird Al, and I did have a song that I made. I was trying to find it, but then I thought it'd be not very good TV, radio, interwebs for me saying it. But it was basically about the birth of Jesus. Now, here's a little story I got to tell about this man named Jesus you know so well. It started way back in Bethlehem with Joseph and Mary and 3 wise men. They rode a little donkey into the town. And it's just Joseph and Mary who was real round. So that just gives you a hint of it. And it's about them. It's a story of them, him being born. It's pretty phenomenal. It's called The Reason for the Season, because I couldn't think of a Paul Revere thing. So it'll be the bonus track.
Revered? I don't know.
Revered. It'll be the bonus track on Drew's Beastie Boys cover album.
It's Drew Pac. Song, if you're not going to say it right,
Drew Pac. Drew Pac. Sabotage, #1 overall seed, I would imagine. Slow and Low. Sabotage, I think, just wins this in a landslide unless Drew and Nate have something different. But any thoughts on Slow and Low, Nate?
The fun fact is when they were sharing studio time with Run DMC, this was actually a Run DMC beat and song. And they didn't use it on their album. And the Beastie Boys were like, "Hey, can we use that?" So it's basically the same song except for 2 lines. It was, we're Run DMC, not Cheech and Chong, instead of we're Beastie Boys and not Cheech and Chong. And instead of White Castle fries only come in one size, it was D sees all because he got 4 eyes. And Drew, do you remember a time when White Castle fries only came in one size? Because that's how it used to be.
I don't remember that.
No, probably not. That was probably before he was born.
And it was small. It was just small. Like, what are we doing?
Just small. Yes. No, I probably would like that song if it was a Run DMC song more. All right. You're with us with Sabotage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That video is phenomenal as well. If you have not seen the video, go see the video. It is great. All right. Gratitude, Time for Living. I'm going to be totally honest. These are probably 2 of my least favorite songs on the whole thing. So I don't care who wins. Drew, what are your thoughts on either of these songs?
I was speaking of gratitude, I was thankful that I didn't have to listen to these 2 much longer because I didn't care for either one of them either. So
and somehow they're 8 and 9 seeds. What's going on? She's
Nate.
crafty.
The Beastie Boys started out as a punk rock band. We had to have a punk rock off. All right, they have punk rock songs, and these are the 2 best punk rock songs they have.
Right.
And Gratitude. Come on, it's a good guitar. It's a good message. When you got so much to say, it's called Gratitude. That's right. What are we doing?
Are you going Gratitude then, Nate? That's where I was going to lean.
That's where I would have leaned as well.
All righty. Well, at least now we got rid of one of them, Drew. All right. Brass Monkey, Jimmy James. I want to get Drew's thoughts on Brass Monkey. Had you heard that song before?
I had not heard that song before.
Wow.
But I liked it. Brass Monkey, that funky monkey. Wherever we go, we bring the monkey with us.
Yep, exactly.
Right. So when I was in high school, my dad was a basketball coach in middle school, and I helped him coach. And he had a really good team, and they struggled a little bit early. I was helping him. And we got this little white monkey, and we called him Corporal Peabody. And we took him to like every game. And it was all about the monkey. And we ended up winning the title.
Look at that.
The trophy with the cut down net is sitting with Corporal Peabody in my house. Wherever we went, we brought the monkey with us. And so those memories came back to me. It's a different kind of monkey. It's not Brass Monkey.
No, yeah, it's not. I was gonna say if Mr. Lennox brought Brass Monkey to a middle school game, then there's
no,
issues.
It was just Corporal Peabody.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be the album. Your first album for Drew Pock is Corporal Peabody.
There you go.
It's Brass Monkey all the way, correct?
It is. I do love the beginning of Jimmy James where it's using the Cheap Trick live at Budokan. This next one is the first song on our new album. But yeah, it's Brass Monkey. I remember years ago when Ryan Ludwig was on the Reds and his walk-up theme to the plate was Brass Monkey. And I'm like, all right, it's my favorite Red already.
Yes. It's a great walk-up song.
And Jimmy James at the end had told you who the song was for.
Exactly. Exactly. Not to be confused with Jimmy Johns. So,
Right.
All right, Get It Together, Remote Control. This is another one where I really don't care. I am leaning Get It Together just for the shout out for Q-Tip.
I hated Get It Together.
All right.
I did not like it at all. Too much Q-Tip. It just didn't sound like a Beastie Boys song.
It is a different one. Yeah, Nate. Again, I don't mind either of them.
Phone is ringing. Oh my God. It is Q-Tip all the way. Remote control is, like Don King, I got a crazy hair, dude, but there's no Q-Tip. Give me some Q-Tip. I love me some Tribe Called Quest. I'm going to get it together.
Get It Together. All right. Intergalactic and Eggman. Drew.
So I'd only heard a couple of these songs, but Intergalactic was one that I hadn't heard the whole song.
Okay.
But I had heard the hook.
Yeah.
Because Intergalactic Planetary, Intergalactic is in a polka song. It's in Polka Power on Weird Al's Running with Scissors. And so I had heard those specific lyrics and I was like, I know that one. And I was disappointed that Eggman wasn't about the Sonic villain.
No. Or the Beatles.
Yeah. So Intergalactic.
It's about their real life obsession throwing eggs at bystanders from hotels and limos is actually what it's about.
Yes. Which makes it better. So you're going Intergalactic, correct, Drew?
That's correct.
Nate?
I like my sugar with coffee and cream. Give me Intergalactic.
Exactly. Same here. All right. Hey, ladies. Time to get ill. Nate. We'll start it off with you.
What's the time, Chad?
It's time to get ill.
It is time. It's always time to get ill.
We are done. Next round.
Right. And if people are listening, it's actually 8:38 Eastern Standard Time. So if people were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm late," like, no. I mean,
the other thing about
what if 8:38 is now officially time to
is
get
not
ill?
like is it's time to get ill? Kind of like 11:11 is
the other thing about Hey Ladies is I was like, oh wait, I know this one. Hey ladies, you want to roll my Mercedes? And I was like, no wait, that's not this song.
That's not this. No. Hey ladies, that's
in Hey
Jerry
Ladies,
Lewis.
they do give a shout out to Sadahara O, who is a great Japanese baseball player. I got more hits than Sadahara O.
Yes,
I did.
You don't hear that in many rap songs.
No, and it's great because they use "I've Got More Hits" twice and use two different baseball players.
Yeah,
They say Tom Thumb, tomfoolery. I date women on TV with the help of Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, baby, back in 2 and 2. No, the Rod Carew one, because shout out to Rod Carew, very underrated, one of the more underrated Hall of Famers that hit 300. Rod Carew. So I'm going time to get ill as well. I think
What time is it?
Shout
now?
out to Chuck Woolery because we talked about him in the fart bracket when we mentioned Whoopi. So
what we did. So you don't get this kind of stuff on most podcasts. Hey, appreciate you guys on 499 views right now.
get to 500.
Get to 500. Hit the like button. It's just right there.
Smash that.
Smash the like button. I don't like to cater to get the like buttons, but that helps the algorithm. Hey, 500. Awesome. The most ever is the Drew factor, the Drew Pac. Do some comments. What's your favorite Beastie Boys song? Put them in the comments. All right. Sure Shot, Triple Trouble. Drew, do you have a lean either way? And is it a strong lean?
I liked both of them. They were both fine. I don't think Sure Shot is a sure shot to move on.
Okay.
Because I like Triple Trouble. We got to bring you up to speed, Chad.
Okay, Nate. I know where I'm going because one of these songs I think could be a sneaky Cinderella.
Sure Shot, it's hard to go against the song that starts with the dog saying I love you. But in this case, Triple Trouble is my favorite song off of To the Five Boroughs. It's one of my probably top 5-10 Beastie Boys songs. I know it's, sampling Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang, but that song is just so darn fun. I'm going Triple Trouble.
I like Sure Shot. Sure Shot is a fun listen, but Triple Trouble is so good. And that's the one I think could make a sneaky run to an Elite Eight, maybe a Final Four. So stay tuned for that. Fight for Your Right against the New Style, which I text the three of us, like if I could add the New Style somewhere, and I got Nate said we could take out the dumb limerick song.
The negotiation limerick file, which by the way, in Hey Arnold, that would be the one you want to hear him say the most. If you want to hear
Is that
it's the negotiation limerick file.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
Another dimension.
I like a New Style. I like the New Style because it starts like most of the song is one way, and then when he clears his throat and lets the beat drop, it changes, and it's so cool. I like a New Style. Fight for Your Right, I know, was the song that came out and was their big hit, their first one. This is what I'm going to say about it. It's not like Eat It with Weird Al. Like, that song was huge. It put him on the map. Fight for Your Right just happened to be the first one they put out. If you took probably any other song off License to Ill and they had it as their first one, I think their trajectory is exactly the same, because that album, pick a song almost, and it's you could be that. So I'm going the New Style because I think Fight for Your Right is not a great song. It's fun, but it's like a fun first listen, and then every now and then if it pops up, you're like, you haven't heard it in a while. Kind of like when I'm listening to my playlist and I forgot I put 5,000 Candles in the Wind from Parks and Rec, and it pops up and it just makes me happy every single time because I should remember I put it on there, but I didn't. But I'm going
Little Sebastian.
Little Sebastian, yes. And I told my wife, I said, because she's going to die first, obviously, because that's the plan.
Sounds like you're planning it at this point.
No, I'm not. So that's going to be the thing. I'm not
a plan.
planning it. No. However, at her funeral, I said, can I somehow throw 5,000, like your 5,000 Candles in the Wind? She was like, I would be surprised if you didn't. So I'm going the New Style. Drew.
I got more juice than Picasso's got paint. But no, it's Fight for Your Right.
All right.
It's not close.
All right. You heard that song before the stuff, right? That's
Fight for Your Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I definitely had heard.
Okay.
I would not have been able to tell you it was a Beastie Boys song.
Really? Okay. Nate. And I have no problem because Fight for Your Right's one of those where it probably should at least get one win. And I have no problem because it's a fun song. Like just the whole, it's kind of a storytelling one. There's all the nonsense that goes on.
The New Style, when you said it wasn't on there, I think it was one of those Adam Sandler snubs. I was like, I thought I had it on there, but then I realized I had so many songs off of License to Ill, and I just put that one off. I do love the two different styles. That when the bass hits, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Drop. But I think Fight for Your Right, it's funny, they wrote it kind of making fun of frat guys that they knew.
Yeah.
And then next thing we know, they're the same kind of frat guys that we were making fun of are front row singing it word for word. I think what puts Fight for Your Right, it is a solo from Rick Rubin, the solo from Kerry King from Slayer.
Okay. I mean, I have no problem.
I wanted to put New Style over it, but you got Kerry King from Slayer playing the guitar solo.
Right. Well, and then even Fight for Your Right, though, it's like I would probably listen to New Style more often, but it's Fight for Your Right. Like when it's on, I enjoy it. So I have no problem. It should get one win. All right, second round. So what you want? Rhyming and stealing. Nate.
I'm going So What You Want.
Drew.
Me too. I hate the instrumental part, like in that song, but so what you want?
Yeah, it's catchy. And Rhyming and stealing it's okay, but it's not So What You Want. All right, this is a good matchup. Because I think girls is probably underseeded. No Sleep to Brooklyn, which I love. Drew.
So only one of these songs is featured in Secret Life of Pets and the Super Mario movie. And it's No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Nate.
Yeah, I was deciding between which one of my 5 Beastie Boys shirts to wear, and I almost wore the No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I'm going No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
I'm obviously going No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and just that it's in the Secret Life. I forgot it was in the Secret Life of Pets, which is an underrated movie. It's moving on. Shake Your Rump, Body Moving. So this is a body shaking off or whatever. Drew.
So I didn't have either one of these, but I think it's Body Moving.
All right. Nate.
I got a peg leg at the end of my stumpa. Shake your rumpa.
I do like both. Like Body Moving is super catchy. I like Shake Her Up because it's just I something about there's more with the lyrics and stuff. Body Moving just seems too repetitive with the body moving part. I'm gonna go Shake Your Rump. All right.
And it was an episode of the Goldbergs.
And you would have to move your rump to try to keep Angel Reese from getting 10 rebounds.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to shake it, Chad. You're gonna have to.
I will shake it. I have no problem. I have no problem doing that. All right, Shadrach, Paul Revere. Again, I think Paul Revere may be my favorite Beastie Boys song. So I am definitely going Paul Revere here. Nate.
Without a doubt.
Yes, Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. All right. Plus, it was part of the intro of the show today because Drew does not own a wiffle ball bat.
Which is criminal.
Criminal. I almost brought our yellow one in, but did not.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't have one of the big fat red ones. You gotta.
We do not. No, that's cheating. Come on. What are you teaching your kids? All right. Sabotage, Gratitude. This is not even close. Sabotage like may be their best song.
It hits hard, and that video. Do you remember when that video came out? Because our brother Superfly and some of his friends had done like a 70s cop TV show kind of thing. And like some of the scenes from what Jason and his buddies did, or Superfly and his buddies did, are identically in the Beastie Boys video. I'm like, would we be best friends with the Beastie Boys?
We would. We would probably. They probably would. They would probably get Jason to do some of the stuff with the stuff they did. I totally forgot they did that. I always remember they did the guy who could turn into a lawn chair at will, the amazing Cecil, the documentary on their band Flaming Intestines, a lot of good stuff. We got to get Superfly on here at some point.
And Nuts. Don't forget about the epic movie Nuts.
Nuts. And he's now got his own film studio, so who knew? All right, Brass Monkey, get it together. Brass Monkey wins this, I think.
Yep.
As well. I think this round's going to be a lot easier than the first one and the next one. So, Intergalactic, Time to Get Ill. Is it Intergalactic or is the time still to get ill, Nate?
No, Intergalactic is probably catchier and more popular, but man, I don't know. Time to Get Ill samples Creedence Clearwater Revival, Led Zeppelin, and the Mr. Ed theme song. My work is my play because I'm playing when I work. I'm gonna go License to Ill, or Time to Get
Ill. Yeah, Drew.
Off of License to Ill.
I mean the point that Nate didn't even say the title right. I mean Intergalactic.
I did type it right. Like I like Intergalactic, but it's just I think the hook part. Time to Get Ill. I do like again. It comes down to. I just like that song better than I like Intergalactic, but I don't know. It's something about Time to Get Ill.
What time is it?
It's Time to Get Ill. I just love that because that's the thing. I would love to bring back certain like vernacular from that time. Like,
Oh,
man,
you need to just come to this house. If anybody
Getting
ever
ill.
asks what time it is,
it's time to get ill.
time to get
I,
ill.
I would love to bring back, like, I don't know why I'd love to bring back the use of skeezer so much more. Like, dude, she's such a skeezer. It's great. I don't know why. I just, some of that vernacular from then. But skeezer is always one of my favorites, just to call someone a skeezer. It sounds great. And it's like, and it's not a good thing to be called if you're a skeezer. Triple Trouble, Fight for Your Right. Is this where Fight for Your Right to Party is no more? Is it getting thrown out like his best porno mag?
Not for me, it's not. As I listened to the songs all week, it was like, what's that noise? You're just jealous.
Just jealous.
Beastie Boys. It's probably my favorite.
Is it really? Okay.
That hypocrite smokes 2 packs a day. I'm going with Triple Trouble though.
Wake up late for school and you don't want to go.
Ask your mom, please. That it is so catchy. I tell you, it is so catchy. Man, I'm like, this is such a tough one because I think Triple Trouble is the better song. But Fight for, like, again, I know I went against Fight for Your Right last time.
It's the one song that everybody knows.
It is the one. I'm gonna go
Brings up a
fight.
good point.
I'm gonna go Fight for Your Right. As much as I thought Triple Trouble, like, again, going into this round, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Triple Trouble. And then
Even
I'm like,
last week when I was like, yeah, I gotta prep for Beastie Boys, I was like, do I know any other songs, Chad? And you're like, Fight for Your Right to Party. And I was like, I know that one.
Fight for Your Right to Party on, Wayne.
Party on Garth.
Party on Garth.
All right. We've got So What You Want, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I love No Sleep Till Brooklyn. But I may go against it. Drew, are you still no sleep? Or you going What You Want?
Like I said, I didn't care for So What You Want the first time around. That instrumental part right after that first chorus really grates on me.
Yep.
And I think it is still No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
All right. Nate.
Y'all suckers write me checks and then they bounce. So what you want?
I love No Sleep Till Brooklyn so much. I'm going No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I don't know why. It's one of those songs, like, when I hear it come on the radio or on like a playlist, I just get super pumped about it. All right. Shake Your Rump, Paul Revere, Nate.
It's Paul
Yeah.
Revere.
Yes.
I agree.
It is Paul stinking Revere. All righty. No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere, Final Four matchup. We'll see the other one here. Sabotage, Brass Monkey. What a great matchup. Drew, let's go your way first.
So,
And don't take Corporal
Corporal Peabody.
Peabody.
You got to bring the monkey wherever you go, Chad. I listened to both of these a number of times. My friend Mike D told me Sabotage is probably his favorite Beastie Boys song. For me, I like Brass Monkey more. It's just
All right.
catchier.
Gotcha. Nate.
Sorry, Mike.
I'm going. Man, Brass Monkey is fantastic and great, but Sabotage is, it's might be my favorite. I just love it. It hits hard. The guitar riff's great.
Yeah.
I'm Buddy Rich when I fly off the handle.
That's a
It
great
is
line
Sabotage.
right there. If either of these things sing come on, like Brass Monkey, you just get excited. Sabotage, though, is one where I think Brass Monkey is not for me, where if I hear Sabotage and it's over, I'll be like, let's repeat that. And again, it's one of the songs like that just it just gets me excited. It's like, it's kind of like any Eye of the Tiger, Rocky song, also Total Eclipse of the Heart for me, which
Is it really
don't
there,
judge me.
or is it a mirage?
All right. Fight for Your Right. Time to Get Ill. Nate, where are you going?
I would have had Triple Trouble beating Time to Get Ill, but I think I got Fight for Your Right beating Time to Get Ill.
All right. Drew, this is your favorite
Harry
one.
King takes him over, if you ask me.
There you go. I know, Drew, this is your favorite one, so I'm guessing Fight for Your Right.
Fight for Your Right.
Samey. All right. Fight for Your Right to Party, Sabotage, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere. No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere, Drew.
So earlier we talked about the NBA trades.
Yes.
Right? And Julius Randle was on the Knicks. He got traded out to Minnesota. And this time he got traded back to the Nets. And he was on the plane, and the flight attendant brought him a pillow. And she said, "You look tired. Would you like to rest?" And Julius Randle said, "No, sleep till Brooklyn."
We cannot verify that is a true story, but I wish it would be true. Nate, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere.
Here's a little story I got to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. Give me Paul Revere.
I did a Christian song about Paul Revere. I did not do one on No Sleep Till Bethlehem. So, like I said, Paul Revere.
That was a license to ill off, by the way.
It was a license to ill off.
3 of the 4 were licensed to ill.
Yeah. 3 of the 4 are. So who saw that coming? I love Paul Revere so much. And it's one that I still know I get so excited, and I sing that super loud in the car. Of course, none of my kids are in the car with me when it's on, because they'd be like, "What did he do with the wiffle ball bat?" Like he got a
home run, and they won the game. All right.
He got a walk off single. So, all right, Sabotage.
And they got thrown out at first base.
You got Sabotage. Fight for your right. I'm going Sabotage. Drew.
Fight for your right to party.
All right. Nate, it's up to you to see who faces Paul Revere.
Sabotage. What are we doing? That song gets me fired up. Sabotage.
Fired up. Gets them fired up just like Corporal Peabody does.
The basketball team.
All right. Sabotage, Paul Revere. This is kind of what I thought would be, and I'm glad it is. Nate, Sabotage, Paul Revere.
I thought this whole time I would probably go Sabotage all the way. But Sabotage is kind of just the same verse over and over, and Paul Revere is just telling a wonderful story. I think I'm going to go Paul Revere. It was probably my first love of Beastie Boys. I heard, Fight for Your Right, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. But I remember when Jason bought the album, the vinyl of License to Ill, I memorized this song beginning to end. I think it was my first true love of Beastie Boys. So I think I'm going to have to stay with Paul Revere.
Drew.
So I would have had No Sleep Till Brooklyn and Fight for Your Right. But because of my friend Mike and his love for Sabotage, and because I think it's more dramatic this way anyway, because we talking brackets, y'all.
We are talking brackets, y'all.
I'm going Sabotage, and it's going to Chad Ray.
Going to me.
Chad, take solace in knowing there is no wrong answer.
There is no wrong answer. I've got how I want to go. I don't want Gemini to feel left out because of something, like if Drew decides to go off on his own because he's going big time because he's taking our show to the next level. I don't want Gemini feeling, Drew Pock. I don't want Gemini feeling left out. So Gemini is not the decider. I'm going to say that right now. I want to ask it too if I could keep Angel Reese from. But I don't think it would not compute. So, hey, Gemini, which is the better Beastie Boys song, Paul Revere or Sabotage? Oh, if I have my
music video, though Paul Revere is a masterpiece of minimalist storytelling beats.
Says Sabotage generally takes the crown for its raw energy, iconic bass line, he'd probably say, but it's bass line, and groundbreaking music video, though Paul Revere is a masterpiece of minimalist storytelling beats. So I didn't have the sound up because I had it down for the show. So Sabotage is probably the better song. However, Paul Revere is so good. I think it was the Nate too. It is just Sabotage. It's just them saying Sabotage over and over again. Paul Revere, I just enjoy that so very much. And I think Sabotage would still be a great song if that video didn't exist. But sometimes I think maybe the video adds to the iconicness of Sabotage. I'm going Paul Revere. So then hopefully Paul Revere can battle oatmeal cream pies in the champions bracket coming up in a couple weeks. All right, Paul Revere is the winner. I don't think I have the sounds for this. I don't have any. Do we have a Hey Arnold for this? What would be the Hey Arnold? So first of all,
yeah, how bad do you want to hear him sing? Hit it.
It's very boring, but I don't have the rights to other stuff. So if I get the Ruddles to give us number one. So what? Yeah. So what's the Is it what's the favorite?
You can pick your own Hey Arnold category. I've got two offhand. Like the one I would want to hear him sing the most is clearly Brass Monkey.
Yeah,
because he would turn the U's and the O's into long A's. Brass Monkey, that funky monkey. Brass Monkey, junkie, that funky monkey. So, and if you want to do what would be the best title for an Arnold movie, I think it would be Triple Trouble, because I think we had a missed opportunity in the heyday of him and Stallone and Van Damme. They could have been like post-apocalypse, them fighting together against the world, or you could have it be like, what was the Double Impact, the Jean-Claude Van Damme, or it's his twin brother, but it's triplets of Arnold.
Right. Or it'd be two Arnolds and Danny DeVito.
100%.
I kind of like I think most of these Beastie Boys songs would make great Arnold titles. So like a movie called Rhymin' and Stealin'. She's crafty could be like one to be like a female like counterpart that's like just as like in the CIA and stuff. Sounds of Silence and Science. Girls, just like he's a single dad of like 5 girls, and that's the movie title, Girls.
Or Hey Ladies.
Hey lady, like, dude, super disco breaking of him being like a 70s cop.
Money making.
Fight for Your Right just does it itself too.
It does, yeah. Shadrach could be like that was his last name.
Arnold and Yamaka.
What if Arnold had his own song, his own rap song?
He did, dude. He could do his own. I could do that with Suno. I could say, "Hey, Suno, do me a song."
Be like, "Hey, it's Arnold on the Terminator. You think that you're good, but I am greater. I'm an actor, but I should warn you, I was also the governor of California. Chad goes to BK because he loves the Whopper. Eat all your fries and get to the chopper. You don't like me? I don't care. State Farm is your neighbor. State Farm is that."
I don't think he had that written down either. Did you?
No.
Drew Pac lives. Drew Pac
Drew's taking
lives.
my spot. Drew Pac's taking my spot.
That is Drew Pac lives. That we can't end the show any other way. Hey, appreciate you guys. 539, the most views. Friday nights seem to be the night. That may be the time for us to get ill, is on Friday nights from here on out until like basketball season comes, and I just do it while I'm keeping the clock at my kids' games or something. So, hey, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. This is March Chadness. We'll see you next week for our big 4th of July, 250th anniversary of this great nation.
God bless America.
Exactly. Drew, appreciate you coming up. Nate, always great seeing you. And we will see you all next time.
It's March Chadness. They'll cure your sadness with sports and brackets. They'll bring the madness all year long, and this concludes their pod theme song. They're talking brackets, y'all.
Dropping science like Galileo dropped